What's up, otakus? It's your tour guide back, and we're counting down to number one. We're going to hit 30 through 21 on this list. And we're starting right here with number 30, Batman 608, the A cover. I spoke in the last series about how it remains to be seen which character goes down as Jim Lee's legacy character. And prior to this issuance, Jim wasn't really noted for Batman or work on the Dark Knight, but that would all change in this run, and especially now, given Jim Lee's sort of broad work in DC for the past 20 years. I would say Batman is very high on that legacy list of characters. Obviously, Jim's not gonna be associated with one character when it's all said and done, but yeah, you'll have a very rigorous debate on kind of which character would be Jim's lasting sort of legacy character. And but in terms of, I think, content and breadth, he definitely has a lot of Batman books and covers out there. So this is really sort of one of the milestone issues for Jim on Batman 608. We're going to see a lot of Batman Hush run books on this list, so just making sure you're ready. Alright, next we've got 29. Just a dope cover with Wildcats number 13. Got some grifter action there. You got Zealot in the background, the Huntsman. I think this is just one of those underrated books. Definitely probably the best cover in this early Wildcats run by Jim. For me, it would be higher on the list. It's just, yeah, I mean, if you're just talking about like cool covers, this would definitely be, probably in the top 10, but other factors go into it. But man, can't go wrong with that. Batman 609. See, I told you we'd be back with more Hush covers. This one's key because it's the first appearance of Hush. You also got this great art with Poison Ivy. There's a black cat on the vines there. Batman struggling between the two sirens, two beauties. Just wonderful stuff there. And yeah, key issue to boot. This next issue is one where very memorable for me, because I actually bought this comic book when it came out, and yeah, I still have my original issue. I pick this up every time I see it, and it is one of the just favorites in the collection. Probably should be higher, but I have it in this position. Like all of you who probably read this book or bought this book, you got it because of the cover, and then you were blown away after reading it. And then you took notice of the artist. You're like, who's the artist in this? And you realize it's Jim Lee. And this was sort of the start of like Jim Lee coming, just being known for his work on the X-Men, and he takes over. Yeah, so my introduction to Jim was through this specific book, and just a lot of great artwork within the book, but also Just this beautiful cover here. Moving on, we've got number 26 on the list, Justice League number 1, the New 52. This is just a significant book to me on this list because mine is a signed copy, signed by David Finch and Jim Lee. So it's just a cool thing to have. It's obviously, a big moment in the DC. They kind of revamp all the characters in this new continuity. I was not a fan of this underwearless suit, but definitely some cool redesigns of the characters, and Jim Lee just knocks it out of the park on each and every one of these covers that he did early on in the run. So Justice League number 1, the New 52 run. Number 25 on the list, we have Batman Damned. And I just love this artwork. Got a signed copy here. Just a great, visual right there with just a burning background. A lot of detail in the suit as well. Adding all that detail and very menacing look of Batman has there standing above you. At 24, we have the Punisher War Journal number 6. Again, early work, really one of his first dynamic covers. And again, I think we mentioned legacy characters. I think Wolverine will probably be the character he's very closely associated with. It definitely was what defined his career at Marvel. But we have to realize, his legacy at Marvel, although it was very short, it was so impactful. And even to this day, it's kind of what sustains, this character and Jim Lee's connection to all the artwork that was done during that period. X-Men 97, the series that we're enjoying on Disney Plus right now, has a direct, it directly benefited from the 90s X-Men, which was designed by Jim, popularized by Jim and Claremont. So, that has a huge sort of unspoken impact. And I think even though it was a very short career at Marvel, covers like this, works throughout his time there, are really telling as to how, talented he was, and again, speaks to the larger professional career he's had in comic books. Next we have 23. Next we have Batman Hush, the double feature. And this is sort of a rarer book. It combines 608 and 609 into one sort of thicker volume. And just have this great cover here. Good, just amazing cover art. And the motifs for Batman covers, you got a lot of them, like flowing cape, you've got flashing lights, cityscape, all kinds of stuff. But the standing on a gargoyle, or standing close to a gargoyle, is another one of those motifs you see in Batman art. I'm just loving that batarang and gargoyle right there. Pretty cool. Batman 612. Just classic stuff. And I think when it's all said and done, that Superman also enters that conversation as a legacy character. I think really what you're going to see a lot of leading up to the Superman movie is Jim doing more core, like, DC characters. He's going to do more Batman, he's going to do more Wonder Woman, probably more Green Lantern, Flash, and definitely more Superman. I wouldn't be surprised if he just came out and started a new run on Superman, like teamed up with a good writer and just put out like a stellar Superman series prior to the movie launch or even shortly thereafter. But they're definitely being strategic about this IP, Superman IP, and I think we'll probably see something either just beforehand. It doesn't necessarily have to be by Jim, but they'll do something major. I think Jim's going to be very hands-on in the comic book content around Superman. Assuming the movie is a hit, they're going to be very strategic to carry that momentum into building out the narrative on Kal-El. And they've been doing a great job. I'm not saying it's not there now, but this is going to snowball into something big for Superman and DC. So just looking forward to what that could be. And number 21, we're down to 21 on the list, is Jim Lee Millennium Edition. So you just saw the Batman Hushed double cover there. You got Wolverine also kind of fused into this Millennium Edition. This is a hard cover edition. Came out, I think, in 2001 or 2002. Just an incredible checklist in here of all the Jim Lee books. Also just a breakdown of, his sort of biography in comic books. Interviews, people that have worked, closely with him over the years as well. Just a great edition to own. And yeah, it's our 21 favorite book in the collection. And there you go. That does it for this edition. We're going to come back with the top 20 books over the next 2 series. So stay tuned for that. And as always, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.